We're not in a car.
No, we're in a trailer house.
I don't know what to do. I can move around.
We're not confined by our seatbelts.
You don't get to stare at the sun behind us or Sears or whatever ends up showing behind us. Well, this is going to be an experiment. So this is going to be a re-review of a movie we watched in the theaters. It's one of the first car videos we did.
We've been drinking a little bit.
Just a tad bit. A little bit of rum and Coke Zero. Well, it's not called Coke. What is it called now? Coke Zero Sugar?
Zero Sugar, yeah. Which...
Oh, there's a little bit more rum in that one.
Yeah, he spiked it up pretty good.
So, we just watched on DVD Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and we already reviewed this movie, but we did a non-spoiler review, first reaction review from the theater.
Yeah, so we're doing a re-review.
Yeah, this is going to be we talked about it before doing drunk reviews, so we're going to do, we're not really drunk, but we've had a couple drinks, and this is not going to be
an intoxicated review.
Yeah, inebriated reviews.
You guys can help us make up a name for it.
Inebriated on the internet. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Internet inebriation.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And you get to see the one wall in my house that I'm willing to show you. But yeah.
Take my hair down
we talked about it a lot in the last video, but this is my second viewing of the movie.
This is like my fifth.
Joe's watched it quite a few more times than me, but man, this is a great movie.
This is, you know what, one thing it has, like I said, I think it's just as good as part one because it really does get better every time you see it.
Yeah.
And this movie is one of those movies that every time I see it, I watched this movie literally 2 days ago and then watched it again because this is my favorite movie of the year so far.
This is my only second time seeing it. I saw it once in the theater and once tonight, and it really does get better every time you see it. That you see so much more stuff, and it's just such a great movie. Well, I love these Guardian movies mainly because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good. It's so much fun just to listen to it. And a lot of people don't like oldies, but I do.
I do too.
I love it. And it just sets the tone of the movie so well.
Well, you know, I won't go into why, but, you know, my biological father was a son of a bitch, but one thing I got from him and one thing he and I used to share back before he became a real asshole is he's why I'm as into old music. And people who know me know I kind of have like a weird encyclopedic knowledge of music.
He really does.
I get that from, that's one thing I'll say. I mean, it's...
Name any song lyric and he can tell you the person who sung it and the year it came out.
The record it was on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's almost a computer.
Well, I would say up until like 1998, and from that point on, that's when I got into drugs, and well...
Plus, can you really consider a lot of that stuff music?
No, I mean, pretty much, like, between 94 and 96 is when I think music kind of died. I mean, there's still been some great music. Like, I love Teenage Bottle Rocket, I love Green Day, but, like, when Kurt Cobain and Tupac both died, that's when kind of music kind of
went downhill after that.
But, anyway...
You get your occasional good song here and there, but nothing like it used to be.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I do like the Dave Matthews Band and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan, but I can get into that stuff. But anyway, that's going off sidetrack.
Yeah. We're talking about Guardians, too.
Yeah. Well, the music, like, that's one thing I do get from my dad, is I love that old music. And,
I was brought up on this kind of music, too, so very familiar with it.
You know, I was brought up on like CCR. I was a big band. My dad and I listened to a lot of Creedence.
Yeah.
And one of my dad's and my favorite songs was We Five's You Were Always on My Mind.
Yeah.
But also, a song my dad and I listened to a lot together in the car was a song that's in this movie, and that's Jay and the Americans Come a Little Bit Closer. One of my all-time favorite songs, and it's used in this movie in one of the, in my opinion, the best scene in the film so far this year.
with Yondu and his arrow.
I don't know if I already said it or not, because I don't remember what I said 5 seconds ago. This is absolutely going to have spoilers. We're not going to give any more warnings. If you haven't seen Guardians 2 and you don't want to know about certain things, don't watch the rest of this video, because this is a spoiler review of Guardians.
It went in the theaters months ago, and it's been out on DVD for weeks. So if you haven't watched it by now, then too bad for you.
Yeah.
I love the way this movie opened up, because it just starts playing music, and you get to watch little baby Groot dance around, and the whole time, shit's going to hell behind him the whole entire time. But it focuses right on him, and he's dancing around. I love that. That's one of the best openings to a movie. It really sets the tone for the whole movie.
It does, because it shows, because these movies are such a perfect blend of action, comedy, romance, horror, because there are some downright horrific...
Oh, yeah.
Some of the imagery in this film, I mean, it rivals like Alien and... oh God, what's that? Event Horizon, movies like that. So the sci-fi horror elements are there, but I mean, God, James Gunn is a wonderful filmmaker. I want him to make everything.
He really is.
Him and Patty Jenkins, the woman that directed Wonder Woman, the two of them just need to collaborate and make everything.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, I mean, the beginning of the film really sets the tone for the movie, because I mean, it's Baby Groot dancing around to a song, and in the background, chaos ensuing. But a reviewer that I've been watching for years, and she used to be called a nostalgia chick. Now she just goes by her name, Lindsay Ellis. She did a really long, in-depth review of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and it was so good, James Gunn himself retweeted it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he really, he's like, I don't agree with everything she said, but it's a wonderful, and watch that. If you ever, it's called...
Well, we're looking at you, James Gunn. You better retweet our shit, too.
I don't have a Twitter account.
I don't either. Somebody tweet this to James Gunn, and he better retweet it.
My wife has said that I should start a Twitter account solely just to promote these. I've thought about, maybe I might do that. Maybe if they start getting actually more than 12 to 20 views of... I know a lot of people watch these on Facebook, but...
Yeah.
The YouTube, but I need to promote the channel more.
Yeah.
Which I will, because... Truth is my goal with this is I want to get good enough at this and eventually edit it, because I am writing a movie. I'm not going to give too much away on it, but it's kind of making fun of American Pickers, but it starts off as a comedy and ends as a horror.
It's going to be awesome.
My idea for the film, it's not going to be an expensive movie, but I want to be able to get to where I can monetize these videos to where I can finance that movie, because even as cheap as a movie can be to make, it still will cost me around $10,000 to make the movie, and I'm poor.
So somebody set us up a Patreon. That's what every other YouTuber says they need money on. What? Somebody set us one up and put money in there, because we don't know how to do that.
Well, anyway, more on Guardians. But this movie, it really, like Lindsay Ellis's review, she talks about how the beginning of that movie really shows us how the movie is about ego, which is funny because Kurt Russell's character's name is Ego.
His name's Ego, yeah.
But it's also about, it's all about maternal and paternal relationships, because if you notice in the beginning, everybody takes a brief second where they act like Baby Groot's father or mother.
Yeah.
Like Baby Groot goes to eat that bug, and as soon as he does Rocket, it's like, get it out, spit it out of your mouth.
Spit it out.
And even Drax is like, be careful, and like he's waving at Gamora, and she's like, get back there, get out of the way. But that opening part where Groot's just dancing while the chaos is behind him, it really does show you what this movie is going to be.
And then it just gets better from there.
Yes,
I love it. Drax is one of my favorite Marvel characters now. When he's like, the skin is too tough. Have to defeat it from the inside. And he just jumps in the thing's mouth and goes down. And he's just in there, stab, 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 stab.
I love that part because Star-Lord looks at Gamora and he's like, I tried to tell him it's going to be the inside. She's like, I tried to tell him not to jump in there. He's like, but the skin's going to be just the same thickness.
Just as tough from the outside. Yeah, that was great. And then she stabs it in a slice that it has in its neck. She guts this thing from top to bottom. it falls over, goo flies out, and then here comes Drax popping out of the cut. Like, ha ha ha! I single-handedly defeated the beast!
That was so good.
I love that.
And then right after that, they get into the fight with the Sovereign, which, a lot of critics complained about the Sovereigns. I love them.
The Sovereigns, yeah.
The gold people, they're
they're so arrogant.
They're such douchebags.
Yeah.
And they show up at the worst times.
Yeah, they're totally gold. Like, you're a douchebag if you paint yourself from head to toe gold. There's no arguing the fact that you're a douchebag. And they really, really lived up to it.
And that's when they're attacked by the Sovereign, because they're supposed to protect these like interstellar battery things. We're never really told what these things are, but I think that it's not important. So
yeah, it's not really. They're really expensive for some reason.
Yeah, they go for like $100,000
and it looks like a spark plug. And they're very easy to steal, according to Rocket. That's the whole reason that he steals them.
And not only are they easy to steal, but you can take a couple of them and build a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. And, like, I think they're charged by the sun. They're like solar batteries. I don't know. The batteries are a main plot point that's never explained. We don't know. The batteries are there. That's just to get you introduced to the gold people. Well, okay, it worked, and it saved the day, so...
Well, and then the gold people go and hire Yondu and the Ravagers to try to track down Peter and all them, because they're pissed because they stole their batteries.
Yeah.
And then that's when we're introduced to Kurt Russell, who ends up being Star-Lord's father. And I like that. Kurt Russell in this movie.
He is so good. This is probably one of Kurt Russell's best roles of his lifetime.
In my opinion,
he's so good.
This is probably my favorite movie that he's ever... His best role, in my opinion, is Jack Burton. I think that was his name, Jack Burton, wasn't it, in Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah, I think so.
That is my favorite Kurt Russell role. And it's a close with Tango and Cash, because I love Tango and Cash.
That was good. But those were like 40 years ago. Like, that we weren't even alive when those movies were made. We just watched them and they were good. But...
I was like 9 when Tango and Cash came out. Big Trouble in Little China, I think it was 84 or 85.
Like we were saying, later into the movie, when you see the graveyard of skeletons, Kurt Russell had sex with every female being in the universe. I would totally have sex with Kurt Russell.
Why wouldn't you?
Like, hey Kurt, if you're out there and you're watching this, yeah, give me a call.
He's the only man on Earth.
I got long hair too.
He's the only man on Earth with prettier hair than mine.
It's not gray either. We're the same age.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna let my down because I look like a fucking axe murderer.
I condition. You know, it's fun. I don't use the best shampoos, but I absolutely use a better conditioner. I'll use store brand shampoo, not conditioner.
I use this French stuff. You guys might have heard of it. It's Suave. Yeah.
What do you use? I use clearance bin Family Dollar conditioner. Thank you very much. But God, there's so much to say about this movie. I mean, if we were to do a full in-depth analysis of this movie, it would take the length of the film.
Yeah, it would probably take longer than that because we keep getting sidetracked.
But the movie it addresses so many things. It's sad moments. Oh my God, I said this to my wife. I was like, I had to watch the movie at some point by myself because I had to be able to cry at the end with nobody around.
There is some sad moments. A couple times it brought a tear to my eye, even after knowing exactly what's going to happen. Still teared up. This is the part. Oh man, that's so fucking sad.
But we don't need to go into a whole lot of the middle of this movie because in the review we did in the car, we do talk about a lot of the stuff that they're in the middle that isn't plot spoiling.
It's funny, ha ha ha. Skip to the end.
Yeah, and the rest of it's funny. It has its moments. There are a lot of foreshadowing. You watch the movie a second time.
A lot of foreshadowing.
Spoiler, once again, Yondu dies at the end.
Yeah.
There is so much throughout the movie that foreshadows that he's going to die honorably.
You don't realize it the first time through because you don't know what's going to happen, but rewatching it, really, really does foreshadow his death a lot. And that makes a lot of the lines very touching. There's so many just simple sentences that make you think, oh my God, that's amazing film writing right there.
Yeah.
Like, it really, really is. So, the scenes between him and Rocket, man.
Oh, that when he's like, I know who you are, boy, because you are me. It's like,
yeah,
it hits you right in the feels.
Makes you feel, for sure. But yeah, at the end.
Fleas in your house.
I know.
Fleas everywhere.
Because we have stupid cats. Because my son wanted them. And now they won't leave.
Shit, like pushing each going to get for a while.
It's enough of a headache.
And at least you don't have to pretend like you're interested in what these cats are saying.
One of the boy.
It looks like a girl. It's very feminine.
I know. It's the bitchiest one. It has balls.
I think your cat's gay, but you have to accept that because it is your cat. And regardless of if it's gay or not, you have to accept your gay cat.
In this day and age, I accept my gay cat.
Gay. It's like George Carlin says in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Gay, straight, there are no more lines. But, well, in the end of the movie, yeah. So the last 15 minutes of this movie, if you don't tear up, you have no soul.
Yeah, you really don't. You're a terrible person.
I mean, that moment, I can't help it. I mean, when Yondu is carrying Peter off the planet, and he goes, he may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he sticks that spacesuit on him. He flies up into space. You can see him frosting up. He says, man. The best line in the whole movie, probably. Oh, he's your daddy. Yondu can be my daddy.
I want Michael Rooker to be my dad.
Yeah, he'd be an awesome dad.
He's friends with Daryl Dixon and Chris Hardwick. I mean, he'd be awesome. And Kevin Smith. But,
yeah, that was a really good line, though. Like, not to take away from that, because it teared me up. That was the most touching part of the movie. And then when they get him in there and they're giving him his funeral, and the fucking guys show up and give him
Ravagers.
Give him a Ravager funeral. Man,
when Sean Gunn's reaction, when he just starts, he's like, and just starts crying. He's like, yes, and he hits his heart. Yeah! That is touching because he just had that. He's just so happy.
Yeah.
In a moment where sadness is the overcoming emotion, in that little second, he's just so happy.
Yeah. And it really cheers you up after such a sad moment.
And one of the best delivered lines in the entire movie happens there too, when Sylvester Stallone, when his first mate's like, he didn't let us down after all, did he, Captain? And he goes, no, he did not. No, he did not. And just the look on Stallone's face. Is,
that was awesome.
But oh god, prior to that, there's like watching in the theater. It was one thing as you see it the first time. Rocket says a line where he has to subdue Gamora from going out and trying to find Peter.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry, I can only afford to lose one friend today.
Yeah.
And then you realize he's not talking about... He knows Peter's going to be fine. He's talking about Yondu.
Yeah. Because he gave him the fucking spacesuit and the rocket pack.
To save Quill.
He knows this guy's going to... Because Yondu pretty much let him know before they tried to even escape. Like, look, I'm not getting out of here, but I'm going to save that boy.
Yeah, he says, I've never done anything right. What does he say? I've never done one thing right in my life. Let me have this.
Yeah, let me have this.
And
you know right then what's going to happen, but you keep your fingers crossed. The first time you see it, you're like, man, he's going to be a hero. He is a hero, but at a cost.
He dies a hero.
Yeah.
And you realize in this movie not only the heart that Drax has, but there's just everybody has a heart.
Yeah.
Like even Nebula, who we've been told is just this horrible person. She's like, all you wanted to do was win, and all I wanted was a sister. It's like,
yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Every time she lost, she got a part of her replaced with a robot part, and she's basically all robot.
She's more machine than man now, really. I quote Star Wars every chance I get.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you? It's like the greatest movie franchise ever. Like, I want to see Guardians versus Star Wars. How awesome would that be?
I wouldn't want to have to pick a side.
Well, you don't have to pick a side. You can just enjoy it for the ride.
No, here it is. Here's that. Who would win? Neither. They would naturally team up to fight the Jedi or to fight the Sith.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Whose fucking phone is that?
It's your phone.
That's mine.
My phone doesn't make beepy noises.
Don't listen to that. That's in the background.
Pay no attention to the sound behind the camera. My
These
phone.
are not the droids you're looking for.
No, you'll know it's my phone if you hear like the Lord of the Rings theme kick on, because that's everything. My phone is Lord of the Rings, but
that's awesome. That we'll have to do that review one time.
We'll have to take a entire weekend.
I know.
Do
cool.
If we're gonna do not if we did the theatrical version, but if we do the extended versions.
Oh God.
It would take literally one entire day to watch all 3 extended versions.
Yeah, really would. And we'd be so tired by the end of it. We'd be like, fuck a review.
Yeah.
Those assholes can go watch it for themselves.
But this is one of those... So far this year, this is my favorite movie that's come out. Like, Logan was great. Get Out was fantastic. Wonder Woman, fantastic. These were all wonderful films. But for me personally, Guardians 2 has been so far... And there's still 4 huge movies coming out this year, and that would be Kingsman, Thor, Justice League, and Star Wars. So who knows? But
looking forward to all of those, but yeah, this was such a great movie.
It's one of those movies that really is it's almost perfect. There are, I mean, like any of the Marvel films, there's always a little bit of a flaw.
Yeah.
Some of the line deliveries in this aren't as good. You wonder if that's the first take.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it's weirdly enough, it's from Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. Some of their line readings, you're like, eh.
Yeah, they are new to it, so they're not the greatest. But my favorite Marvel character as of right now, until somebody else changes my mind, is Drax. Because he is the fucking funniest. Still, I said it in the last video. I remember this video. I'm going to say it again. Mm-hmm. When they're on the planet, fucking Mantis, she gets hit in the head with a flaming rock. She fucking falls down. Her body lays there for like 3 seconds. He's like, Mantis, look out!
And she's unconscious. But you know, that leads to a really heartfelt moment from Drax. And that's when the whole planet is collapsing. Everybody thinks they're dying. He's holding her unconscious body. And as the planet is swallowing him, his first instinct is not for him to survive. He's holding her up so
he holds
she
her
lives.
up. That was awesome.
And I don't know, that was a great line, but one of my favorite lines is when they're like, why are they coming after us? He's like, perhaps because Rocket stole their batteries. And he's like, dude, I mean,
dude,
I mean, I don't know why they're after this. What a mystery this is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about him and that straightforward character, but he gives some of the absolute funniest lines in the whole movie.
Well, this movie shows that Batista, I mean, he's not the greatest. I mean, we're not going to put him up there with, like, you know, Harrison Ford.
No.
Fucking stupid cat.
God damn it.
Your cats are ruining everything. They're fucking up your house.
Yeah, I know. That's why my house is fucked up. Stupid cats.
But Dave Batista's physical acting.
I can't call him Dave Batista. You can call him that all you want, but that's Batista.
No, technically his name is Dave Bautista. His name is pronounced Bautista.
Well, he's Batista.
Batista. Still, I will argue, and I have wrestling fans that would probably not. I always thought he wasn't the greatest worker. I mean,
no, he sucks at wrestling.
I wouldn't say he sucks. For a big man worker, he's fine.
We were at a show in Dayton when I think it was Monday Night Raw, when he made his return at Dayton Hair Arena, and he came out and he fucking looked so stupid. he skipped leg day 100%.
Oh, is that when he had the huge upper body and the chicken legs?
He had chicken legs for days.
He was still
and he just looked so stupid. And he come out and he wasn't good. I don't even think he wrestled. He just came out and did a promo and blah blah blah. But yeah, it was terrible.
As Jim Cornette would say, that's back when he was on the shit. That's what he referred when he refers to steroids. He was on the shit.
Yeah. Well, his balls weren't very big because he had on skinny jeans.
But Batista, to me, he was never the greatest in-ring worker. He has had some good matches. After that series of matches he had with The Undertaker in 2008, he got a little better. Like, that Hell in a Cell match he and Taker had, Taker carried the match.
Yeah, of course.
But it wasn't bad. It was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
So, but Batista was one of those guys, it's like Hulk Hogan. He's decent, but he can't have a good match with everybody. Like, I don't care what people say about Cena. John Cena can have a good match with anybody.
John Cena is just the best wrestler there ever was.
I disagree with that whole part.
I knew you were going to say that. No, he's really good, though. He's Cena, a great person.
John Cena is he gets shit on because of the 5 moves of doom.
Yeah.
I saw John Cena back in OVW, when he was a prototype. John Cena can do moonsaults. He can change. He can do all that. He just doesn't have to.
He's playing the character that they wrote out for him.
One of my favorite matches of the last decade is John. Almost nobody talks about it. At Royal Rumble 2007, I think it was. John Cena wrestled against Umaga in a no holds barred match, and it was one of the best matches I'd seen in a long time. They beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
And you can tell it was one of those respect things because one hit hard, the other hit harder, the other hit harder, the other hit harder. They beat the shit out of each other. But anyway, enough about wrestling.
Well, for now.
But Batista.
He's turned into a really good actor. I would say out of all the actor wrestlers,
he's the
best. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's Roddy Piper and They Live.
Well, you have that kind of bias because you're like a huge Roddy Piper fan.
Come on, it's They Live. That's. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
I give you that.
And he was in When Hell Comes to Frogtown. I love When Hell Comes to Frogtown. But
you can research these things on the internet. They really exist.
Oh my God, younger generations, they would have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, they don't even, you said Roddy Piper, they're like, who?
Who
the fuck's that?
Hell Comes to Frogtown. Yes, kids, go watch From Hell Comes to Frogtown. It's a stupid title, but it's a really cool movie. But anyway, I was going, Batista's physical acting, there's a scene where he asks Kurt Russell, because Kurt Russell is actually a planet. But really, he's not a planet. He is just a being who created a planet. Yeah. The planet's just alive, and he is the life force. He uses
energy to create a planet.
But when he's like, "Did you create a penis?" And they're like, "Dude." And he's like, "Yes, Drax, I have a penis." And he's like, "See?" And he's like, "And it's not half bad." And Batista's like, "Oh, all right."
You can tell. I want to watch the special features to see if they went any more into that.
They didn't.
Oh, they didn't? Well, they should have. Because you can tell Kurt Russell's like, he wanted to say, yeah, you want to see it?
It's real and it's fantastic.
Yeah. Just to hear that zip, that would have been so good.
And have Mantis be like, that's why my eyes look funny. So, the end of the movie is the Ravager funeral. And, yeah.
That was awesome. I wanted to talk about the after credit scenes. One of the funniest moments is when what's the character's name that helped save him? I don't know. James Gunn's brother,
Sean Gunn's character. I can never remember his name.
I can't either. But he's given Yondu's broken arrow. And it's put back together by Rocket, and he said, I think Yondu wants you to have this. So he gets the arrow and he puts this stupid thing on his head that looks like a mohawk. And he's sitting there just trying to practice with it. Like...
Kraglin.
Kraglin?
Kraglin,
Okay.
that's his character.
Well, when Kraglin's trying to learn how to use the arrow, he whistles, and it flies around the corner, and fucking sticks Batista in the neck. He's just like, ah!
The best part of that is, in all the Guardians movies so far, we never really... I mean, Batista gets hurt a lot, but we never really see Drax show pain.
Yeah.
But in that, he's... Ah! Ah! I mean, it's sticking in his fucking neck, and Sean Gunn's like...
He just kind of walks off like, do. Yeah. And then, there was one more credit scene before the big reveal at the end.
Oh, with Adam Warlock? Yeah, I didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah, we didn't want to spoil it for everybody because some people like the after credit scenes on the first review. So now we will. Adam Warlock, that the gold people make him.
Yeah. And that's really not how that happened, but I used to read... Adam Warlock had one of the best mini comic series of the 90s. And he was, I think, one of the first holders of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So that I'm very interested in that. But then
that's going to be excellent to see in the Infinity Wars movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then we've got... apparently there's going to be a movie about the Ravagers.
Well, that'd be cool.
Because Sylvester
Hey, look,
Stallone...
there's a stupid cat.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to wrap this up because I got one bar left because I never charged us after we did our car review earlier.
We got the same shirts on, so fuck you guys.
Yeah. I probably won't post this for a couple days just so...
I don't care. They'll still know we have the same shirts on because it's going to be the only other video following the video that was just up. Yeah. It's the same day, you fuckers. We watched 2 movies today. Ha ha! You're allowed to do that.
I should grab...
And we're drunk, so...
Yeah,
I'm not drunk, but I feel pretty good.
I usually do that, show the movie. So I have to do that once.
Oh, yeah?
Don't ruin our video with that shit.
That's a fucking Karate Kid.
Yeah, but there's been
awesome.
5 Karate Kid movies and only 2 of them were good.
They are. These other 2 are pretty terrible, but
Karate Kid 3. I would rather watch the next Karate Kid with.
Would you like a more terrible movie?
Kevin Hart is Voldemort in my videos. We must not speak his name.
But you said it already.
I did.
Alright, well here's a good one to end on. I have like a whole shelf of shit over here. Spaceballs. Go watch this. After Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's one I'm eventually going to do a review on because I actually got into an argument with somebody online because I said Spaceballs was my favorite Mel Brooks film and they're like, oh, well, what about Blazing Saddles and this and that? I'm like, well, okay, that's your favorite. That's fine. My personal favorite Mel Brooks film is Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles is wonderful, but I wasn't that into Western films. I'm heavily into sci-fi and horror. And Spaceballs lampoons
it was an excellent movie.
It makes fun of Star Wars films, which I prefer Star Wars films over Westerns. So, yeah. All right. Well, this video is probably already 45 minutes fucking long.
Forever long. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Oh no!
Hope you had some drinks too.
No one's gonna watch this. So that was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. If this does okay, we'll do another one. Maybe. Apparently nobody gave a flying shit to hear my opinion about the last Power Rangers movie, so I thought about doing a drunk review of Power Rangers, but I guess we won't do that. But maybe we'll do another one like Logan or something like that.
Yeah, well,
or new Wonder Woman
really
comes out.
I don't care what these fucking people think, so if we want to watch Power Rangers, they can kiss an ass.
Wonder Woman comes out next week, so maybe...
That'd be cool, because we didn't really get a good first review on that, so...
Technical issues prevented us from doing a review together. I did a review of it, but
it was hot as balls that day.
Yeah, the heat kept turning the camera off.
Yeah, it was melting the camera, so we just couldn't get it done.
No. All right, well, yeah, better end it there, because we're going to run out of power. Check out Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's fantastic, and the next one is Thor Ragnarok. That's the next Marvel film. So looking forward to that.
All right.
All right. See you later.
See you, fuckers.